evening. Ladies, gentlemen, families, friends, teammates, and competitors, welcome to our neighbors from Peters Township to tonight's volleyball contest between your Peters Township Indians and your Upper St. Clair Panthers. Tonight is senior recognition night for the class of 2012. When we reach the point that it is time to say farewell to 8 of our own who have brought glory in the WPL Section 1 Championship back to USC for the first time since 2010. We have watched them progress. We have celebrated the good times and fantastic finishes, including 3-0 matches, as well as a thrilling 3-2 home victory early in the season over Bethel Park. We are extremely grateful for the time, the energy, the pain, and the sweat they have brought to Upper St. Clair volleyball. The best may be yet to come as the WPIAL playoffs start in 2 weeks, and we have a chance to see how this, one of our strongest teams in years, stacks up against the best of the rest of the state of Pennsylvania. Before we get to our 2012 class Panthers, I want to take a few minutes to recognize the seniors from tonight's opponent, the Indians from Peters Township High School. Could I have the seniors from Peters Township step forward on the court for a minute, please? Peters Township seniors, could you just step up on the court for 1 minute? Okay, please, wait till the end. If you'll give a round of applause at the end. Number 2, he's a setter. He is Adam Ferraco. Number 18, the right side hitter, he is Matt John. Number 15, he's a middle blocker. He is Matt Joswiak. Number 3, outside defensive specialist, Chris Malencia. Number 5, outside defensive specialist, he is Matt Malencia. And your final class, 2012 from Peters Township volleyball team, number 1 defensive specialist, he is Ryan Spangenberg. Let's hear it for Peters Township. Thank you, guys. As for your Panthers, none of these matches would be official without the tireless dedication of our longtime, incredible, reliable scorekeeper for the 2012 season. Please, everyone, a round of applause for Mr. Ron Greenway. We could not put on this show without you. He's back here. With us tonight are a lot of people from the greatest school district in the WPIL, without whose time, effort, and support this successful season would not have been possible. Would you all please give a round of applause? First, our coaching staff. Again, the best in the WPIL. Head coach, Jack Zebo. Assistant coach, Josh Ficcarelli. Assistant coach, Mark Killinger. Assistant coach, Andrew Baldesser. Assistant coach, Nate Meerstein. And a big round of applause for probably the hardest working young lady on the team. This is a tough job. Student assistant, Marlena Senge. Thanks for your time and leadership. The administrators and other people at the top have a lot to do with the maintenance of the boys volleyball program. With us tonight, would you welcome, please, your high school principal. He is Dr. Michael Galani. One of our school board members, Amy Billerbeck. And another school board member, remember, give them a big round of applause because they okay the funds that let us do this. Lou Malprice. Our athletic director, Matt Mellinger. Our Assistant Athletic Director, Mr. Matt Martocci. Assistant Athletic Director and our head trainer, Joe Graceffo. And our trainer, Mr. John Sears. Again, thank you. Without your support, there would be no program. And with that, this is what we've been waiting for 4 years. It's time to introduce the class of 2012, your Upper St. Clair Volleyball, varsity volleyball senior class. First, number 5 or 22 in your program. He plays libero and serve receiver. He is Christian Andrade. Christian is accompanied by his parents, Jane and Tony. He has older brothers, Mike and David. Christian has been involved in volleyball and lettered for his entire 4 years of high school, beginning as a freshman in 2008. He is a National Honor Society member. He has consistently been on highest honor roll. Christian is in the Spanish club, is also a natural helper, and is involved in athletes taking action. Christian will be staying close to home, attending the University of Pittsburgh in their honors program, where he will study chemistry with a focus towards pre-med. He intends to continue playing club volleyball and definitely the sand version. Christian also enjoys golfing, and he is passionate about rec soccer. We are glad you are here, Christian, and wish you all the best the future has to offer. Next up is your outside hitter. He's number 11 in your program. He is Nick Chesko. Nick is joined by his parents, Karen and Henry. He has a sister, Andy, and brothers, Jake and Zach, to share his stuff with. Nick, too, played volleyball for all 4 years of his Upper St. Clair high school experience and is known by many aliases, including Cheese Chessman, Charles, Charmander, and Iceman. As many of you may know, Nick is not even close to being the tallest on the team, but you have seen him out-jump you, me, and most of his opposition to become a premier hitter. Nick's primary academic achievement is that he attends school. His words, not ours. Nick was on the soccer team, participates in athletes taking action, was in junior mentors, is in senior mentors, and is one of the natural helpers. Nick plans to study technology next year at the University of Dayton and will possibly continue playing volleyball there. Keep with it, Nick. There's a place waiting for you on one of the clubs there. Please, let's hear it for the Cheskos. Next up, would you show your appreciation for senior right side hitter? He is number 25 in your program. He is Evan McElhenney. Evan is known on the inside as EMAC. Evan is escorted by his parents, Karen and Pat. Evan also has a brother, Brian. This is only Evan's second year on the team, and if the story is true, he came after a disappointing baseball tryout. And it's safe to say that volleyball got the better part of that deal. Evan is proud to show off his gaudy 4.0 GPA. He's a regular on the highest honor roll, a National Honor Society member, and a National Buckeye and Provost Scholarship winner at Ohio State. He is a student council senator and an officer in the Latin Club. Evan plans to attend the Honors College at the Ohio State University in the fall and hopes to play club volleyball there. There is a future for him in that. Evan wants to thank his teammates and coaches for making these 2 volleyball years the best of his athletic experience, and wants to thank his friends and family for their love and support. I think there's a huge you're welcome from everywhere in the program for you being part of our program, Evan. Thank you. Next up is middle hitter. He is the class of 2012 also. He is number 20. He is TJ Murray. TJ is accompanied by his parents, Tammy and Tom. He also has younger siblings, Tanner and Taylor. This is TJ's third year playing volleyball, and he has developed into an outstanding frontline player. TJ has found himself on the honor roll all 4 years at Upper St. Clair and has developed a special interest in art. TJ plans to attend Temple University in Philadelphia next fall, where he will study biology. He was accepted into Temple's Honors College and will be receiving a partial academic scholarship to attend. Congratulations on that great achievement, TJ. TJ will likely play volleyball intramurals, and again, the Upper St. Clair family wishes TJ the best. Next up, please show your appreciation for team member. He is Mr. Andrew Polo Shako. Andrew will be escorted to center court by his parents, Linda and Michael. He also shares the house with siblings, Beth and Tommy. Andrew has been a faithful part of the boys team for all 4 years of his high school career. He did not get the chance. Andrew did not get the chance to play this year due to a knee injury suffered in this past football season. He was a hitter on last year's team and had a chance to focus on academics this season. Andrew is consistently on high honor roll and was a Student of the Year nominee this year. He played on this year's successful football team and served on student council. He has plans to attend college at Penn State next year and regrettably has no plans to continue playing volleyball there. We wish Andrew all the best, including a complete recovery from his knee injury. Let's hear it for Andrew. Okay, he's in your program. He's listed as number 21. He is outside hitter, Ian Ridge. Ian is known as Robo-Leg, Team No Bueno and Cubano. It is a shame the beard has disappeared, Ian. That was an impressive display. Ian is escorted by his parents, Lourdes and Bob. He also acknowledges that he has siblings, Gabby and Kevin. Ian has achieved high honor roll as a member of Kids Help. Ian has achieved high honor roll, is a member of Kids Helping Kids, and is in the stock market club. Ian, you may want to hold off a few months before really jumping into being a day trader. Ian will proceed on to college at Miami of Ohio to pursue an as yet unnamed major, and alas, again, has no plans to keep playing volleyball at Miami. Again, much success, Ian. Good luck. Okay, let's welcome, he's number 19, he's an outside hitter, he is Brian Rolick. Brian is also known as B-Roll. Brian appears with his parents, Mary Jean and Kelly. He also tolerates siblings Liz, Steve, and Laura. Brian has spent all 4 years of his Upper St. Clair career on the volleyball team. He is a National Honor Society member. He is in the ping pong club, is an officer in the Japanese club. Brian also has the distinction of being an Eagle Scout. That is an amazing accomplishment. Congratulations, Brian. Brian will move on next year to Meadville to Allegheny College, where he will major in physics and plans to continue with intramural volleyball. Good luck, Brian. Okay, finally, last, but only because his name started with a V. Let's hear your appreciation for number 15, your middle hitter. He is Akhil Venkatesh. Akhil is also known to his pal as the Shaq Tace. This is Akhil's 4th year on the squad. Joining Akhil are his parents, Shailu and Vish. Sibling Kanil has also been a major part of his life. Akhil is in the National Honor Society. Akhil is in the National Honor Society, has consistently been on highest honor roll, and was a member of the Future Problem-Solving Pennsylvania State Champions in 2010. He runs cross country, does winter track, is in the Zoom Club and the Math Club, Future Problem Solving, and is in the Upper St. Clair Orchestra. He does sleep sometimes too. Akhil will leave our fair state and enroll at the University of Southern California, where he will major in business or economics. He will play intramural volleyball, and Akhil would like to say thanks to his teammates and coaches for a great 4 years. Congratulations, Akhil. Okay, here they are, fans, your 8 senior volleyball players. Let's hear it one more time, and thank you on this special night.
To stand up and join me in singing our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back to Panther Stadium, folks. This game getting off of Upper St. Clair versus Peters Township in the Upper St. Clair Senior Recognition Night. We're just coming off a tight game with junior varsity, and I think we can expect to see a good match. Upper St. Clair coming onto the field. Having senior hitter Evan McElhaney, Ian Ridge, and TJ Murray. Nick Chesko coming in for libero. That's interesting because Nick Chesko is usually playing on the outside hitter. It looks like they're making a switch up for this game. Meanwhile, Christian Andregi, the usual Upper St. Clair libero, sits the bench. Peters Township will take the serve. Roll shot over the net, off the hands of Chesko, and Ian Ridge putting the tip up over. Peters Township with the swing. Nick Chesko just putting a hand on it, goes out of bounds. Tip call and back in Peters' hands. Peters Township, another shot at the jump serve, this time nailing it over. That's James Ferris putting the hit, but it's recovered. Peters again off the hands of Aiden Leahy. And that's Evan McElhaney from the back row, nailing that just in bounds. Quick serve and a quick play, didn't have time to react, and that's ball back in Upper St. Clair hands, bringing the score to 1-1. Ian Ridge will take the serve from the back row, putting a floater over. Peters Township with the tip. Aiden Leahy nailed to the back corner. Found open ground and it lands in, and that's another point for Upper St. Clair. Back into Ian Ridge for the serve. Ian with another nice floater with no spin on it. Peters Township just putting a hand on it. Michael Lynch setting to back Evan McElhaney. Comes off the hands of the blockers into the Peters net and hits ground. Another Upper St. Clair point, bringing their lead to 2 points. This time Ian putting the ball a little wide. I'm giving the ball back into Peters' hands. That's Aiden Leahy with the handle. Michael Lynch, quick set to center. Evan McElhaney couldn't put a hand on it until too late and sent it into the net. It's back into Peters' hands. A switch float serve by Peters Township. Michael Lynch setting Aiden Leahy on the outside. Comes off the hands of the block. One-handed pass by Peters. Tries to tip it over the net, but Evan McElhaney sits there waiting and knocks it down for the kill, but it looks like that's a net call on Evan McElhaney. Unfortunately, that'll go back in to Peters, and as they take their 4-3 lead. This time, the serve goes into the net, and that's an Upper St. Clair point, tying it up. This is Nick Chesko, Upper St. Clair libero, senior outside hitter, with the serve. Now the overpass picked up by Aiden Leahy, tipped down onto the court. Peters Township just doesn't have time to react. Another serve, bringing Peters Township to the ground on that overpass. Evan McElhaney with the swing, but Peters Township, number 20, blocks it down. Peters Township libero, number 6 for the serve. Serves it to Aiden Leahy. Aiden Leahy with the swing. And it looks like it lands just in. Almost sailing wide, but that top spin on it brought the ball down into play. Those balls are really hard to judge, and it looks like Peters just didn't make the right decision. Evan McElhaney this time for the Upper St. Clair serve. He's going for the jump serve. Nails it just out, it looks like. Line judge calling that in, but overruled by the ref. Now that's a tough call, but it looks like it's going to be in favor of Peters Township. Looks like Peters going for the jump serve. Nails it to Ian Ridge. Puts up the pass just a little over. And number 15 is able to get up, put a hand on it, and put it down onto the Upper St. Clair floor. Peters again takes the lead, 7-6. But there's still plenty of volleyball to play tonight. Another jump serve, this time coming short right into the net. Tying the game back up at 7-7. Aiden Leahy, junior outside hitter, take the serve for Upper St. Clair. Nice float serve to the Peters libero, who handles that nicely. Coming with the outside hit, just off the fingertips of Aiden Leahy, recovered by Evan McElhaney, and that'll be Nick Chesko for the overpass. Peters again tries to put a swing on it, but didn't get the approach in fast enough, and puts it into the net. Now, when you can't get that chemistry between the setters and the hitters, there's no way you can pull off a hit. And that's what we've been seeing tonight. Peters libero putting the ball up, pulling the setter a little outside. Back row attack by Peters, coming off the hands of Nick Chesko, up to the ceiling, and it looks like that'll be a net violation for an Upper St. Clair point as they pull into a 2-point lead, 9-7. Putting the cross on it, it's going to be called out by the line judge. It looks like it just touched the antenna. Now the antenna is the vertical pole that's sticking up out of the net, and that marks what is in to what is out. So if the ball crosses outside that pole, it is out and a point. Peters, number 4, putting the swing on it. It looks like it just tipped the net and sent it long. That'll be a timeout by Peters Township. Aiden Leahy handling the serve, bringing Panthers to a 4-point lead, 11-7. It's been a tight match and a lot of really well played volleys, but teams are really close in statistics and skill. Both teams coming back onto the court. We'll see if Aiden Leahy can keep the ball in after that break of a streak. The ref gives the motion to serve. Comes up and puts it, nice float serve right over the net to the Peters libero. And what a block off the hands of Michael Lynch, the Upper St. Clair setter. It was a good setup play to number 4, but he puts it right into the hands of Michael Lynch, waiting to take that ball. Aiden Leahy again prolonging the serving streak. Comes off the fingertips of Peters. Libero putting it up for the middle hitter, who puts a nice strike on it. Upper St. Clair just barely handling that ball, has to fog it over with 2 hands. Now that'll be another net violation, it appears, on Peters Township. Upper St. Clair pulling away with a 6-point lead now. Longest lead we've seen tonight so far. Setting the outside hitter, number 4, puts it on the line. Now that is a hit. Those spots are very hard to attack, and it looks like he was swinging a little over his head there. You gotta give it to him for that performance. Peters trying to get back in this game. Nick Chesko puts a nice pass up. TJ Murray tipping it to the hole in the Peters defense. Good positioning like that can be just as effective as a hard hit. TJ Murray with the hit. And that'll be called as a carry on Peters Township. Couldn't handle that ball. TJ Murray with the serve again. Looks like a little confusion on the Peters back rank. Didn't call out the ball, had two people on the pass, didn't pull it off effectively. Evan Callahan coming up from the back row, putting the ball off the tips of the Peters block, and still getting them the point. TJ Murray putting the ball low. Peters Libero just getting that up. Off the hands of TJ Murray. Ian Ridge going to put up the set. Aiden Leahy picks that up, but sails it just long. Nick Chesko coming in for TJ Murray. Now the libero is able to sub in and out whenever he pleases, unlike other players. That makes him an effective back row passer. Aiden Leahy with the pass. Evan McElhaney with the swing brings Peters to his knees. And that's going to be Ian Ridge with the pass, setting up another play. This time Ian Ridge with the swing, but off the block. Just getting it up, but it looks like there's a carry called. Upper St. Clair setter Michael Lynch not too happy about that, but it's going to be a Peter point regardless. It brings the score to Panthers 16, Peters 10. Now Peters Township's number 15 tries to put a float serve up, but puts it just long. And that brings the Upper St. Clair lead up to 7 points. Now Peters better make a move now, because if Upper St. Clair gets to 20, it'll be very difficult to stop them. Hayden Leahy putting up the pass. Evan McElhaney coming up again, but puts it long, trying to cross it to the inside. Float serve to Ian Ridge. Evan McElhaney again with the swing, this time coming inbound off the hands of the Peters libero. Hits like that are just short. Very difficult to anticipate and very hard to react to. Peters just getting a hand on it, couldn't put it up. Ian Ridge putting out the float serve. What a swing by Peters Township. Well executed, good pass, good set, and a solid swing to the hole in the Upper St. Clair defense. Now that's a good show of how it all starts at the pass. Peters Township puts up a good pass, and it all goes downhill for Upper St. Clair there. Nick Chesko with this pass. Aiden Leahy putting it into the block, and Nick Chesko putting it over. Peters Township picking that up at the net, puts it down into the Upper St. Clair donut hole of the defense, and it's going to be back into Peters' possession. Ian Ridge putting up the pass, pulling Michael Lynch out past the 10-foot line. Evan McElhaney just putting a tip on that, but Peters puts that back over. And Michael Lynch taking a tactical overpass there, tipping it to a hole in the Peters defense. And that'll be Nick Chesko back for the serve. Off the block, back into Peters territory, and they're going to have to overpass that one after a low set from the back row. TJ Murray just getting a hand on it, is able to place it just on the outside line. Upper St. Clair now 20-13. It's questionable whether Peters will be able to make such a comeback. But they're making a good start on it. A hit comes off the hands of Aiden Leahy, down onto the Upper St. Clair floor. Peters libero back again, subbing in for their number 10 middle hitter. And he's back for the serve. It's a nice flick serve over to Aiden Leahy. TJ Murray with the swing comes off the hand of a diving libero from Peters, and it goes out of bounds. Looks like they were just trying to switch around their defense and get situated when the ball came over, and the libero just wasn't able to make the adjustment. Evan McElhaney again with a jump serve, this time nailing it, but it's going to be out of bounds, crossing the plane of the net before going into Upper St. Clair's floor. Evan McElhaney giving another shot at the jump serve. Again, killing it. Libero just able to get it up when the setter puts up a nice set off a linear pass. He's going to be called on a double contact for Peters Township. Now that's when one hand contacts the ball before the other hand, which is an illegal contact. And the referees can tell by the spin, the lateral spin put on the ball. Up St. Clair, 2 points of winning this game, 23-14. This time, sending the serve just long. It's going to be back to Peters. Upper St. Clair is coming off a tough loss from Bethel Park just on Tuesday, and they're making sure that that doesn't happen again. Nick Chesko with the pass. Aiden Leahy coming from the back row with a swing. The ball just doesn't get down quick enough, comes out wide. And a great jump serve by Peters Township's number 20. A pass put up, and they tip it over on the second contact. Evan McElhaney from the back row putting a killer swing, but handled nicely by Peters number 20. He comes up for the back row attack, but sails it long, bringing Upper St. Clair within 1 point of winning this game. Aiden Leahy putting the foot serve over. Pass by the Peters libero. Peters number 15 coming up on his approach too early. Couldn't get a handle on that ball, coming up way below it. Now when you can't get that timing down, it's impossible to make a good play. That'll give Upper St. Clair the win for this first game, bringing Upper St. Clair to 1 win against the Peters 0. Tune in again for the Upper St. Clair's second game against Peters Township here on the Senior Recognition Night. Peters Township with a swing, putting the ball up, but it's going to be called as a 4 contact on that play. Hey, am I live? He didn't tell me anything. Or I didn't hear him. Am I live? Upper St. Clair putting the ball over. Peters Township roll shotting that from the floor. Michael Lynch, Upper St. Clair, is going to put the ball to Ian Ridge. Peters Township putting the ball up. Michael Lynch just getting a hand on it, putting it over. Peters taking a swing at it, but it's going to come just long. Am I good? Up St. Clair's Michael Lynch taking the serve. Peters libero puts that to the number 2 setter, taking it from the back, puts it just long. It's off the hands of Peters' opposite hitter. Michael Lynch with a straight serve. Trying to get the ball up after a low pass off the Peters libero. Setter just got a hand on it. Wasn't high enough for anyone else to make a play on, though. Upper St. Clair leading 4-0. Setting the opposite again, coming off the hands of James Ferris. Trying to get the ball over, but it's called up on a 4 contacts again. You're only allowed 3 contacts on each side to get the point. Michael Lynch putting a float serve over, dropping it short. Peters Libero handles that. And coming in for the back row attack, it comes off the hands of James Ferris and falls to the Upper St. Clair floor. First point from Peters in this game, bringing them to 5-1. Peters just came off the loss in the last game, and we're playing to a 5-point match, win by 3. So if Peters is able to pick up a game before Upper St. Clair reaches 3 games, and they stay in this match. Jump serve, Peters Township number 3. Handled nicely. Evan McElhaney taking the swing. Didn't have much spin on that. Kind of floated into the hands of Peters. That's Nick Chesko with the pass off the hard hit from Peters' back row. Handled by the libero and set from the back row. They're going to have to overpass that. Not able to make a good play on it. Ian Ridge with the kill off the hands of Peters, number 2. It's a quick set back to Ian Ridge, and he pulls the trigger up, and then Peters' passer just able to get a hand on it, just didn't have the reaction. Ian Ridge putting the float serve over. This time turns the point in Peters' favor, not Upper St. Clair's, bringing them to a 6-3 lead. Aiden Leahy with the pass. Sends it into the net and off the Peters blockers, falls straight to the ground. Michael Lynch setting James Ferris in the middle. Comes off the hands of Peters and off the ceiling of the Upper St. Clair gym, bringing the Peters libero far back, but he still wasn't able to get to the ball. Nick Chesko again at serving. Float serve over. There's Michael Lynch taking the first contact up to Aiden Leahy, takes a swing, picks up the overpass too. Off the block, it gets tipped wide, and Upper St. Clair was not able to get their hands back on the ball, put it back up into play. Peters Township, trailing 4-7. Ian Ridge putting up the hand pass. And that'll be Evan McElhaney coming from the outside, taking a swing, and it'll be off the block down onto the floor. Aiden Leahy passing. And then he comes up for the swing. It's off the net and then off the Peters pass, but it wasn't up into play. And it crosses the plane of the net out of Peters' playing range. Evan McElhaney coming back. We've seen a lot of jump serves from him tonight. Let's see if he'll be able to pull one off now and bring the Upper St. Clair lead by 4 points. Comes off the hands of Peters. Now when the ball is coming at you that hard, it makes it very difficult to put a hand pass on it, but he does that well. A swing off the Upper St. Clair block, but picked up by the Peters back row. Michael Lynch trying to tip it over, comes off the block, but TJ Murray, mid-stride from his approach, wasn't able to hit the ground and get to that ball. Peters coming back, 8-6. And for the jump serve. And that'll be Ian Ridge just getting a hand on that. The ball coming at his feet makes it very hard to pass, but he puts a hand on it. But unfortunately, it goes out of bounds past the antenna and wide of the line. Another jump serve coming at Upper St. Clair. This time, Ian ducks it, and it goes over his head and out of bounds. This time Aiden Leahy for the serve. And just tipping off the tape of the net. It dips quickly and too fast for the Peters front row to get a hand on it. They're very unpredictable when they come off the net, and that makes for a very hard pass and therefore a very hard play. Now there's a quick pass and set combination, and they put the ball over the net too quick for Upper St. Clair to react. The ball ends up going off the hands of the passer and wide, far. Quick passes and sets like that are hard to set up, but when executed, they can be deadly. A nice roll shot going long. Gives the ball back to Panthers, however, making that hit void. Panthers lead now 11-8. And that'll be the Peters libero ducking last second, thinking that ball is going out, but it drops just in, hitting the white line, which is in. Upper St. Clair, TJ Murray, again with the serve. Peters Township libero puts that ball up, and the outside hitter takes it. Nice arc, but had a lot of downspin on it. Brought the ball down back into play. Coming from the opposite. Ian Ridge knocking the ball up with one hand. TJ Murray then taking a swing, and it brings Peters down on a diving dig, and they have to overpass that. Now Michael Lynch setting Ian Ridge, but he wasn't able to get a good approach on it. Michael Lynch putting it tight to the net. Just barely got his left hand on it, but put it right into the block. That'll be a substitution of 15 for number 4, Peters Township. Peters Township now trailing by 3 points, 12-9. A jump serve, Aiden Leahy, passed wide, but Michael Lynch picks it up and puts it back. Evan McElhaney taking that from the back line. Now Peters Township with the swing, but it's called as a back row attack. The player from the back row cannot pass the 10-foot line and get over the net, which he did on that swing. Regardless, it hit the net and fell to the ground. Off the block, back into Peters' hands. They're going to overpass that off the bad set. Evan McElhaney, swing. The pass doesn't get up, and the setter has to drop onto his belly to try to get the ball up. Unfortunately, he doesn't make it, and it's a Panther ball again, 14-9. Peters just trying to keep up St. Clair contained, not letting them pick up the momentum that we saw from last game. Peters Township nailing that, but Nick Chesko, the libero, able to put it up. Ian Ridge taking the set, but it's a double contact. Michael Lynch was out off the pass, and Ian Ridge had to try to do something with that. Unfortunately, it was a double contact. Upper St. Clair doesn't make the play. Now, Nick Chesko, while being an outside hitter, did get libero experience as a freshman and is one of the team's top passers. So we're seeing a lot of good things from him tonight. Ian Ridge putting up the pass, bringing Michael Lynch up to the 10-foot line. Evan McElhaney off the block, but Ian Ridge gets up by the tape and puts the ball over. Transitioning like that can be very difficult and requires fast thinking to put up a pass and then get back for a tip or ball at the net. A very long set up to Peters outside. Michael Lynch takes it in the chest, and it's put up and over by Upper St. Clair. It's a tight call, but it's called in by the line judge and the referee. It looks like the referee is talking it over with the Peters Township field captain. The ball still in Upper St. Clair's hands. Still an Upper St. Clair point. Ian Ridge putting a short serve up, but Peters' libero is there to handle it. The block off the hands right into Peters. Puts up another swing, but again another block, this time off the hands of Evan McElhaney. This time, he sends it straight to the gap in the back row, and they're not able to put the ball back up. Blocks like that are very hard to get, and it takes the perfect hand positioning to put that ball where a Peters passer isn't. It makes it difficult because you're not the one in control, the hitter coming at you is. Putting the swing right into the donut of the Upper St. Clair defense. Ian Ridge, who was playing the back passer position, wasn't able to react to that ball. Quick sets like that make it difficult to know where the ball is coming from, and when you do, difficult to know where it's going. Off the fingertips of Nick Chesko, the topspin on that made it difficult to take with the hands. Ian Ridge puts it up, however, and Evan McElhaney gets back, tries to overpass it with his forearms, puts it into the net, however. Sometimes when you're going for that overpass, you can't be picky and try to get it tight. You just got to get the ball back in play. And that's Aiden Leahy coming from the outside, puts the ball off the Peters block, but they aren't able to redirect the ball back down to the Upper St. Clair floor. Instead, it sails wide and brings the Upper St. Clair, the Peters Township, rather, outside hitter to his knees trying to get the ball up. Peters Township bringing the setter out to the 10-foot line. The tip over. Aiden Leahy trying to go for the pancake there, getting his flat hand underneath the ball, so it bounces back up. Didn't quite get it, though. Hits the side of his hand and just rolls away. Peters Township trailing 13-18 with the serve. Aiden Leahy redeeming himself with that pass. Evan McElhaney with the kill, but the Peters libero diving puts up a perfect pass. However, the hit goes off the hands of the Upper St. Clair blockers. They line up for another attack and put it wide. A timeout called by Peters Township. They're now trailing 19-13 and just coming off a loss with Upper St. Clair. The last game played. This is the second game of a 5-point match. First to 3 points wins. These matches are to 25, but should both teams acquire 2 wins and they go into a 5th game, that match will only be to 15 points. Upper St. Clair first coming back onto the court. Evan McElhaney, the infamous jump server that we've been seeing tonight, putting a lot of kills down, racking up the aces. We'll see if he'll be able to come off that timeout, though, and put a ball in play. The jump serve goes just wide, however. Now, coming off a timeout like that can kind of mess a server up when he's in the zone, racking up a streak, and then that interruption comes in. It can kind of change the game. Peters Township with the jump serve this time. Again, it's a serving error, this time going into the net and coming short. I'm seeing a lot of inconsistency with these jump serves, but it's not uncommon. For these serves are hard to get the toss and the jump lined up perfectly for that killer swing. It takes a lot of practice, and most players at this level are not able to pull off such a serve. As we see right now, Aiden Leahy putting up a float serve. Instead of trying to kill the ball, puts it up with just a little bit of spin, so it catches some pockets in the air, changing direction in midair. Now that's Upper St. Clair now at 21 points to the Peters 15. Peters quickly losing a handle on Upper St. Clair. We'll see if they'll be able to pull the 4 points that they need to win this game and go into the third, perhaps deciding match. Aiden is going to take that overpass. And it's Ian Ridge coming off an incredible dig, getting back up and putting a killer swing from the outside. Finds the open ground and puts it there. without a Peters defender there to put the ball back up. Aiden Leahy again with serve. He's going to put up another floater. But Peters going to put that ball up. Coming from the outside, it goes off the fingertips of the blockers. And Ian Ridge is going to put the ball up, but it comes off the block of Peters when Michael Lynch tries to overpass it. When it comes down, however, opposite player is not able to get the ball up and over the net, and the ball goes backwards out of control. Peters Township, trailing 15-22, is going to take the serve, trying to get back in the game. Ian Ridge putting the pass up, bringing Michael Lynch out to the 10-foot line. So he puts it back to another back row player for the attack, but it comes off of Peters' block. Peters now trailing by 6 points. Ian Ridge with the swing, coming off the hands of Peters' number 2, straight to the libero. They managed to get an overpass on that miraculously. Peters with the swing. Ian Ridge coming from the outside off the tips of the blockers, handled easily by the Peters back row. Had a nice setup going there. Good pass, good set, but the hitter just couldn't put a good swing on it. Looks like he came up a little behind that set. There's a substitution. That's Akil Thacker coming in for the Upper St. Clair libero, Nick Chesko. He's a senior middle hitter coming back for another serve. Easy floater. But that one wasn't so easy. Comes in a real direct pass. Looks like it caught a little pocket of air there. Jumped. Peters just couldn't make the reaction, couldn't make the adjustment. And that'll bring Upper St. Clair to their second win tonight, bringing the score to Upper St. Clair 2, Peters Township 0. Join us soon for the next game and perhaps the deciding game of the senior recognition night match. Upper St. Clair coming back onto the field in Panther Stadium for their senior recognition night game against Peters Township. They're coming off 2 wins against Peters, going into their third game, which may be the deciding match for this 5-game match. Peters Township is going to try to hang on and get back in the game today. We're seeing Nick Chesko standing on the sidelines, waiting to come in as the libero from St. Clair. He's typically an outside hitter, but it seems like the Upper St. Clair libero has come down with a possible concussion. Unfortunately, Christian Andregi, the senior libero, will not be able to play tonight, and Nick Chesko will be pulled from his outside hitter position. Peters now coming onto the field. We're going to need to see a lot of intensity coming from Peters if they hope to stay in this match. But coming off of 2 losses, devastating 10-point losses almost, to Upper St. Clair, we're not sure if they'll be able to make such a change. Lineup for Upper St. Clair, James Ferris playing middle hitter. Evan McElhenney playing the opposite hitter, which means he's opposite of the setter, who is right now Michael Lynch. Ian Ridge playing outside hitter. Now Ian's coming off of a recent ankle injury. Hasn't gotten much playing time in the season, and especially in the last month or two. And we have Nick Chesko, as stated, as libero, and Aiden Leahy playing the other outside hitter. Peters with the serve. Michael Lynch handling that, trying to put a quick, straight set to James Ferris in the center, but he wasn't able to get a swing on it. Whiffs it actually, and it just falls to the ground. Nick Tesco putting up the pass. James Ferris again trying to take a quick set, but again making a whiff and having the ball fall onto Upper St. Clair floor. That brings Peters to a 2-0 lead. Now we haven't seen an early game lead from Peters yet. This may be a different game. Peters just getting the dig, it looked like, but they're gonna call it as touching the ground, putting the ball into Upper St. Clair's hands for the first time in this game. Peters with a swing off the tip of the Upper St. Clair block. Michael Lynch coming out wide for the set. He's able to put it up nicely for Evan McElhenney though, who puts a hopping roll shot over. So the substitution on the Peters line. Number 3 coming in for number 15. Putting up the overpass. James Ferris at the net, but Peters with a couple diving passes recovers it. However, Upper St. Clair sets up the play for Evan McElhenney, who nails the ball into the corner of the court. There wasn't anybody there to pass it, and the ball touches ground. Panthers now taking the lead 3-2. Good pass by Peters Township. Their opposite hitter is going to come and put it right into Michael Lynch, but Michael Lynch, who's a setter, has to make the pass, cannot take the second contact. They were not able to, however, discuss who would take the second contact, which ended up in the ball falling to the ground with no one even making an effort for it. Jump serve to Nick Chesko, who pulls Michael Lynch way back into the court. However, is still able to put a pass up for Aiden Leahy. It's gonna be a back row call, I believe. Chesko putting up the serve. Looks like it was just going to come just over, but he caught the tape and came down. Tying up the game, 4-4. Now, Peters Township's number 12 is going to be coming in for number 23, middle hitter. And he'll be taking the serve. Aiden Leahy falling back for the pass, puts it up nicely. Evan McElhenney killing it. And a good dig overpass. There it is again. The overpass. And it's called in by the Upper St. Clair line judge. Now when a ball is coming at you that hard, it can be very difficult to contain it. And even just the force of the ball alone can send it back over the net. The trick is placement. Diving dig, putting the ball up. And Peter's going to have to overpass that with their hands. There's a keel attacker taking the quick set to the middle. Game tied up 5-5. And ball in Evan McElhenney's hands. Now I've seen tonight, when it's in Evan McElhenney's hands, you can either expect an ace or an out. And it looks like this time it'll be out. Jump serve. Nick Chesko pulling back last minute, almost putting a pass on it, but it goes long. Aiden Leahy this time, taking the serve. Good hit off the Upper St. Clair block, but Nichesko is there to pick it back up. Evan McElhenney comes from the back row, kills it off the Peters block, rolls off the fingertip, sends it back, but the Peters middle wasn't able to get an approach on the ball and puts it into the net. Upper St. Clair now leading 7-6. Closest game we've seen so far. And there's Michael Lynch getting the ball at the tape, putting a swing on it, and placing it perfectly in the back corner. Now it's hard, very hard to do that, coming off your reactions from the Peters overpass, getting up at the net, and then putting a good swing without your approach. Peters putting a straight pass to the setter, but he puts it up very well for the hitter. However, it comes off the Upper St. Clair's hands, and when the Peters back row dives to get the ball up, he ends up tripping over the hitter, actually. Aiden Leahy with a serve. And a great hit, but didn't have much spin on it. Makes it easy to pass as long as you're in the right spot at the right time. They put up a nice play for Evan McElhenney in the back row, but he puts it right into the Peters block in the middle court. Peters Township serve goes out, and their libero will be coming in for number 5, getting some back row passing action, while James Ferris will be coming in for the St. Clair libero. Coming off the fingertips of Peters Township hand pass. Aiden Leahy putting the ball up. Michael Lynch setting outside to Ian Ridge. And a good dig pulls Evan McElhenney wide, putting the ball up to Aiden Leahy, which was a nice over. There's Ian Ridge with the kill. Peters Township, little confusion in midcourt. James Ferris getting hang time there. Had a lot of time to think about it up in the air, but looks like he put it wide. The roll shot going long, just by a couple of feet. Michael Lynch of St. Clair setter taking the serve. Upper St. Clair leading right now 11-8. The swing with a great dig by Michael Lynch, the setter, and James Ferris, the middle, will take the second contact, put it up for Evan McElhenney, and he finds the Peters ground with a beautifully placed tip. Tips can be just as lethal as a hit if placed correctly. A strong swing coming in. From up here, it looked like it was just long, but the line judge and the ref both call it in. Peters Township now trailing 9-12. Jump serve. Ian Ridge coming in from behind the setter, attacking from the back into the Peters block. However, the power of the swing and the positional blockers combined didn't allow Peters to put the ball back over the net. Ian Ridge taking the serve. Aiden Leahy with the pass, and Michael Lynch being pulled way back for the set, and he'll come back for the hit, but it rolls off the fingertips of the Peters blocker. And Peters will take their hand at a swing. Called as a tip by the line judge, but the referee overrules that and calls that an out, claiming it bounced off the net. And that's certainly how it appeared from up here. Ian Ridge takes the serve. Peters libero coming in, anticipating that. Ian putting one hand on it, but Upper St. Clair wasn't able to put it over. Ian wasn't able to put the ball up, and Aiden just trying to get off and pick up the scraps. Couldn't put the ball long. Jump serve by Peters Township. James Ferris coming in way below that ball. Actually, the ball was at his chest when he came off his approach. He had really no choice but to put the ball over with his two hands. St. Clair now leads by only 3 points. Looks like there was a wet spot on the court, and that may have been why James Ferris was not able to pull off his approach. That's all squared away though, and we're back to playing volleyball. Aiden Leahy, back row swing, just barely put up, but put up high, and Peter's going to be forced to overpass that. A good pass by Nick Chesko, puts up for a great play, and then a wonderful hit by Evan McElhaney. Nick Chesko now coming to the back row for his serving. St. Clair now leading 15-11. Trying to drop the ball short within the 10-foot line. He pops it up, but it doesn't clear the net. Now in previous games, we've seen Upper St. Clair kind of pull away by now, but Peters is holding its own, keeping a foothold. Aiden Leahy, the outside hit, finding the ground in the center of the Peters court, where no defenders were in line to take that ball. Evan McElhaney with a jump serve again, but it sails long and wide. He's not having much luck with those tonight. Commonly, we'll see him revert to the floater at this point in the game. Pass by Ian Ridge, handled by Michael Lynch, and then swung at by Aiden Leahy. Good swing was only able to be overpassed by Peters Township. This time Akil taking the swing from the middle. This time Peters able to make a play on it, but it sails long. St. Clair now leading 17-13. Back set to the Peters Township opposite hitter. Well placed and found ground. The serve goes just wide. St. Clair now leading by 4 points. Peters Township still in this game. Akil taking the foot serve. Peters Township's going to overpass that. And with a diving dig, Aiden Leahy's going to put the ball back up in play. And Michael Lynch is going to put that ball over. There's Aiden with the pass. However, Aiden and Akil both trying to get a hand on that ball. Didn't have time to communicate. Looks like that ball went wide off of one of their hands. Peters now shortening the Upper St. Clair lead to only 3 points. They could easily make a comeback in this game. Ian Ridge taking the tip, putting it just off the fingers of the already falling blockers. Just rolls down their back and doesn't allow for more play. Michael putting up the foot serve. Then in the net, however, and back to Peters' hands. We've seen a lot of serving errors, and that may be what's holding Upper St. Clair back in this game. Jump serve handled. And James Ferris up the net for the kill. Didn't come off very hard, but well placed and off the hands of the Peters blockers. Landed just on the line. Wasn't much Peters could have done about that. Panthers now at 20 points on the home stretch. 5 points for winning this match. A wonderful play by Peters Township. A great pass and a low, quick set for the middle hitter. Got a nice swing on that, and there wasn't much Upper St. Clair could do. Plays like that, the best you can hope for is to not give them the balls to pass up. Aiden Leahy putting up the pass. Michael Lynch putting it back to Aiden Leahy, who comes out for his approach. It's a tip off Peters Township. And that brings up St. Clair 21-17. Peters Township with the hit. And Nick Chesko just getting there to put the pass up, and they are able to overpass it. Peters Township, however, isn't able to do the same. And that brings up St. Clair to 21-17. Now St. Clair's is coming off a devastating loss to Bethel Park just this Tuesday, actually, not last week. And they're trying to get their hand back on the section championships. The hit coming off Peters, tipped off the tape. Upper St. Clair wasn't able to react. He tried to put a hand on it, but it just went into the net. Peters Township trailing by only 4 points now. The flood serve, however, goes long. Now is not the time to be making those type of errors. But this is much easier time to make them. So Brian Rolick from St. Clair, a senior outside hitter. Peters Township overpassing that. Michael Lynch setting Aiden Leahy on the outside off the hands of the block. The diving dig, keeping the ball in play, overpasses to Nick Chesko of the St. Clair libero. Aiden Leahy again with the swing. This time it's off the net, not the Peters hands, and therefore that's called as a 4 contact. Too many touches on one side of the court. Peters keeping up their 4-point trail, but that's not going to cut it in a game approaching 25 like this. Leahy with a swing off the hands of the Peters passer. Now the last point of the game, perhaps, and if Aiden Leahy can pull off the serve, it'll clinch up St. Clair yet another victory to add on to its almost flawless record, which had just been tarnished earlier this week by Bethel Park. Not able to pull off the play though, and a block goes out of bounds off the St. Clair blockers. Peters still trailing by 4, but if they keep this up, they're not going to cut it. Ian Ridge outside, coming off the hands of Peters, overpassed, and then a keel coming up in the middle and puts it long. The line judge calling tip, trying to cut the game short, but the ref overrules it. Aiden Leahy with the pass. Ian Ridge coming up to finish it, but Peters putting the block down. They trail now by only 2 points. They're trying to get back in this game and prolong this past 25 points. This is a timeout called by Jack Zebo. He's not too happy with Upper St. Clair coming this close to victory, and he doesn't want to see them prolong this match another game. Peters Township already coming back onto the field, trying to keep the momentum they've been having. Now we'll be able to see if they'll be able to sustain that after Jack Zebo cutting their streak short by a timeout. Peters Township serve is going to have a lot of time to think about this, and we'll see if he can find court. And he does, and it's handled by Ian Ridge. Coming up again for the kill, Akil Thacker, the senior middle hitter, wasn't able to get that top spin on the ball that's required to get the ball down off a hard hit because he was shooting from his shoulder. This time back to Ian Ridge. Off the block and down onto the Peters court, cutting this game short, 25-23. Peters not able to come back. Now that's the end of tonight's match, and Upper St. Clair will win this match 3-0. Be sure to join us again for another one of Upper St. Clair's boys volleyball games. Thank you. This is Alan Stott for color commentary.